We're here with Alaska Nanooks head ice hockey coach Dallas Ferguson. And Coach Ferguson, team coming off a split against one of the top-ranked teams in the country, Notre Dame. Obviously a nice 6-3 win on Friday, followed up with a 4-2 defeat. But why don't you just talk about the weekend overall, talk about anything that stood out to you, individually or team-wise?
Yeah, no, I think that going into the weekend, we knew Notre Dame was going to be a very tough opponent, and I think our guys were ready to go on Friday night, and I thought we had good jump and good pace to our game. And one thing I thought we really did a good job was just working at possessing the puck. I mean, we were when we had to get rid of it, we kind of had a good retrieval plan, and guys were executing. And certainly when we got opportunities to finish, the guys put them in the back of the net, which hasn't necessarily come easy for us this year. And it was nice to see us score some goals on Saturday or on Friday night. And Saturday was a bit different game. I thought, early on, Notre Dame scored that power play goal, and then the next shift we had the even strength goal. Granberg scored on the 2-on-1, and certainly, I thought, for the most part, pretty even game, up until, through the first period. I thought in the second period, again, not a lot happening for either team. I mean, I think their shots were 4-6 or real low shot numbers, but, Notre Dame had that spurt of back-to-back shifts where they scored and a couple breakdowns on our part, and next thing you know, we're down one going into the third period, and we had a pretty good push in the third, and maybe didn't get to the front of the net as well as we needed to try and get that equalizer. But I thought there was a lot of positives out of the weekend. I thought from a team game standpoint, I thought our guys played within themselves and as a group, and certainly give us an opportunity. We won on Friday and had an opportunity to win the game on Saturday.
Talk a little bit about Cody Kunik. He seems to be on the stat sheet in every game. Yeah. 2 goals and an assist on Friday, another goal in the first period on Saturday. Just talk about, he's only a sophomore, and he's playing like a senior would play.
Yeah, I mean he's game, especially in the second half here. I think he's really stepped up his game. I think that he's put himself in positions where he's around the net and putting pucks in the net, and he's playing in all situations for us: power play, penalty kill, regular shift, and I've been real happy with this game. I think one of the things coming out of the first half was just a little bit more attention to detail in some areas, and he's really taken to that, and I think that's helped his game. Certainly. He's got to credit his line mates, and they've been a pretty productive group most of the season here with him and Taranto and Beck have been playing together. So, certainly need Cody to continue to do what he's doing, but he's been a leader offensively for us and plays a lot of big minutes for us. So I'm obviously happy for his success he's having, and certainly that's a big part of our team's success is having him and his line mates and going on the score sheet every night.
What did you think of the crowd? Over 3,000, and we had even more on Saturday night. 50 below zero on Saturday, and you had 3,200 people out at the Carlson Center. So
yeah.
I mean, what do you think of the crowd this weekend? Because it was a pretty good crowd compared to what we've had all season.
I think when you look at the elements that we were dealing with on the weekend, I thought it was a good showing, and certainly tells you a lot about the passion of the fans in Fairbanks and how much the Nanooks hockey program means to them, and for them to venture out of their homes at those temperatures to come out and support the team certainly was great to see everybody out there, and it's always been a special place to play college hockey, and obviously the support and the fan support we get is one of the reasons why.
This week, actually, y'all are getting ready to head on the road, heading to Kalamazoo. Just preview a little bit for the fans, just your upcoming 2-game set on the road. Yeah,
I think that you're getting into this time of the season. I mean, all the games are big games and a lot of points on the line. I mean, they're the same points that were available in October, but you get down now where you're standings watching, and from our standpoint, I mean, we've only got six conference games left, so every point we need to scratch and claw and get as many points as possible, and we're still shooting for that home ice in the first round, and certainly 4 of our next 6 games are on the road, so we've got to find a way to get it done. I know Western's a team that's real strong in the specialty teams. The power play, penalty kill have been really good for them. Goaltending's been solid, and we got some guys that can put the puck in the net, and so a real balanced team. Play a good energy game, got a good skill, and I think from our standpoint, I think our preparation has to be in executing our game plan and going out. I think sometimes you can get too distracted by things you can't control, and things that we can control is our preparation this week and how we're going to prepare to execute our game plan on Friday and Saturday night in Kalamazoo, and it's a fun place to play, and they've had a lot of success here over the last couple of years, and their student section is very exciting and makes for a good environment in the game, and again, we're excited to get going down there. We haven't faced them. They were our first CCHA games and haven't seen them since, so that's a long gap between playing each other, but that's college hockey, and again, we're getting down to that point in the season, and eventually you're going to have to win on the road if you want to win a championship, and we've got some opportunities here where we need to start capitalizing on the road and learning to win on the road so we can prepare ourselves as we go into playoffs.
You touched on it briefly, but you talk about getting that home ice for that first round of the conference tournament. Yep. Obviously, you probably definitely need to have a winning record, to move up in the points to get those 3 points every opportunity out. But do your guys understand, one game at a time and not trying to think of it in terms of 6 games? You probably need to win most of them, or
the beginning of the year. We're out to win every game, and certainly, we haven't done that this year, but you don't do that every year. So, from our standpoint, again, it's about one game at a time. It's about one period at a time, and I think you start again. You have enough distractions in your daily life to take away from your focus and how to prepare to play your best game. I think that if you start adding to things that you can't control, then we can't control what we're going to do against Lake State or Michigan State to close out our conference play. So all we can focus in on is Kalamazoo and getting down there and getting prepared to play Friday night against Western. And again, home ice is certainly, there's a reason why people think of home ice so highly. Playing on your home ice, and as you can see with our fans and the environment that we have up here, and certainly the way our playoff format is that you play 2 rounds of playoffs and campus sites before you actually head to the championship. So starting out on the road makes for a little bit of a longer journey to get to the championship, and you got to win. You got to win 4 games to get to the championship, and they're all on the road. But so being at home would certainly be an advantage to us, but and something that we've been accustomed to here the last few years. So, but if that's not the way it shakes out, if that's the way it's not going to shake out. So we'll deal with that when that time comes. But certainly that's our goal, and we're taking it one game at a time here through the last 6. And I think if we, again, prepare and execute our game plan and play the way we need to play to be successful, I think we'll be right in the mix there to be at home in the playoffs.
All right, well, Coach Dallas Ferguson touching on this week as the Alaska Nanooks head to Kalamazoo to face Western Michigan on Friday and Saturday night. Stay with AlaskaNanooks.com for continuing coverage of Alaska men's ice hockey.